Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel here on YouTube. My name is Bones Life. Hopefully let's get right into it, man. Cult of the Lamb is something I've been so excited to play, so let's go ahead and do this game. Praise the Lamb, conduit to great power, promised liberator of the one who waits below. Your sacrificial beast, take heed, for a crown cannot sit upon two brows. A little preface, I unfortunately was unable to get my live reaction because I didn't have my microphone recording. So I am doing this in post, and it's heartbreaking because this game was, my reactions were just fantastic. This game is something special, man. And I was too excited, I just had to jump straight into it. So, Cult of the Lamb, it's a game developed by Massive Monster, and they were published by Devolver Digital, and Devolver Digital just completely blows me out of the water every time they publish a game. They just have such an eye for these types of games. So I'm doing the second best thing here, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of do a live commentary over it. Before us stands the last of its kind. All others we have hunted down and put to the blade. With this final sacrifice, the prophecy will be impossible to fulfill. The heretic who lies bound below will be condemned to eternal captivity, and the old faith shall be preserved. No! Don't do it! Gosh, the art style in this game just continues to blow me away, so... I couldn't believe it. I moved my setup around, and my NVIDIA decided to turn off my microphone recording, so it only did the screen recording, and thank God the audio for the game, or else that would have been a true travesty.
Come closer, fear not, for though you are already dead, I still have need of you. Those foolish bishops thought they could keep you from me in death, but instead, they sent you straight to me. I will give you life again, but at a price. All I ask for you to start a cult in my name. Do we have a deal?
Yeah.
Wise choice. Take the red crown which I once wore. With it you shall command the loyalty of followers and strike fear into the hearts of our enemies. Return to the land of the living, start a cult in my name, and begin recruiting followers. Once you have done so, you will see me again. Now, go.
Oh snap, the red crown. The art style in this game just completely blows me out of the water every time I see it. It's so visually stunning. It's very much like Dead Cells. Dead Cells blew me away with its art style. This one is more on the cutesy chibi side. So we get our first taste of combat here, and it's just as chunky as I had hoped for. The hits really impact when you get them, and there's a very easy, readable way to counter opponents' attacks, as well as animation cancellation, so that you don't have to be stuck in mid-swing, which is so important in a roguelike. You really want to have that freedom. The maps are Slay the Spire style, so you kind of follow a path of your choosing, and you get whatever bonuses you do along the way.
Fear not, I am Rateau. I was once a chosen vessel like you, but those days are lost to the winds. I was sent to guide you. We are deep in the lands of the old faith and in grave danger. My instructions are to lead you safely. Continue through the woods. Escape lies ahead. I will be close by.
Good old Rateau. Now usually, in games like this, you get items for breaking stuff. I'm just like conditioned to that, so that's why I'm going to be breaking a lot of stuff here, and I'm surprised to not find anything. But I think it's later that you unlock the ability to get stuff once you actually have your cult going. So we're going to run through a couple monsters, easy peasy. Feels very Hades in the way that you play it. It's pretty sharp and to the point when you fight. And you have the ability to do a combo attack if you want to and interrupt it at any point. I don't think the second, third attacks do extra damage. I'm not 100% sure, I didn't check. But it didn't feel like it, so I was just kind of doing the single chop or the double chop and then dodge rolling whenever I saw an opponent was about to hit me. So let's collect some more muns. I'm going to break some stuff because I want stuff. I'm conditioned in games to do that. And the game is one of those fairly priced roguelikes in my mind as well. I think I picked it up for $12 and some change, but it's $25 altogether. That's just with the base stuff, no DLCs. I got it on sale because they just unlocked a co-op mode, or sorry, updated to a co-op mode where you can play as the lamb and the goat. So I definitely intend to be trying that out with my beautiful girlfriend later. But for now, I'm just playing the game and getting myself familiarized with it.
We have nearly reached safety, but look ahead, another poor soul about to be sacrificed. Rescue them, and they will have no choice but to join your new cult.
O mighty bishops of the old faith, we ask you to accept the sacrifice of this wretched soul. Hey, who interrupts our ritual and trespasses on sacred ground? Gonna kill these guys. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, feels so good, so meaty. Good old wave combat. That's the roguelike we know. That's the Haiti inspiration, I feel like, right there. And we got a good boy. Look at this good boy. The meaty sounds of the interactions in the menus and things, by the way, like pressing A to hold and get the rescue and it do all the way up. Or when you go to select like a graphical setting, it makes like a chuk, chuk. It's little things like that, man. Really important.
We have reached safety. You have done well. The red crown will allow you to use those markings on the ground to transport yourself great distances. It will take you to the temple that has fallen to ruin. There you will be able to begin your new cult. I will meet you there.
Thanks, Ratau. Boolulu. Oh. Boolulu. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, that sound, man. It just gets me. It's the pleasing chemicals in my brain that makes these things so good for me. I don't know. I need these kind of sounds and interactions within the game. So we cleansed the non-believers, made some muns. Muns are good. You notice that it's pretty quick. These games can actually go really fast if you decide to take the short routes, which I'm going to be doing a lot in this. Great for someone like me who doesn't have large amounts of time to just sit there. I'm going to go ahead and decide to up the difficulty a little bit because I know that I am a capable roguelike player, so I go with hard. I'm not going to do the hardest hard mode yet, just because I want to get myself familiarized with the game before that.
This hallowed ground which once was mine is now yours. This crumbling ruins to be the site of your new cult. We have much to do. We begin by indoctrinating this poor soul into the warm embrace of your cult. Followers can gather resources for you. Order this one to collect lumber or stone.
So now we get introduced to the element of the game that's more like Animal Crossing, and it's such a nice break in between runs to come back to this.
Convert me to your cult, that would be your teaching space.
This little good doggo. I was delightfully surprised that I was able to name my creatures too. So we're going to do Woldor here. This is going to be my little bud. And you can customize the way they look, literally whatever animal you want too. So you can have a cult full of just doggos or a cult full of just reindeer or whatever there is available. So I'm going to decide to get a yellow cult going on because yellow is my favorite color. FYI, little fun fact about me. So, and you can even change their form, the way that they look. So I went yellow, so I'm like, let's give him Super Saiyan hair. Make him my Goku. This is my prodigal son here. They all have these little traits as well. These traits are passive things that they do or have the ability to, like they can mine faster or they give you faith when you join the cult. There are a bunch of different resources here. So we'll look at those in just a minute. I'm going to get this guy chopping some trees so we can get ourselves ready to go.
By your hand our cult will grow powerful, but your followers cannot live on prayer alone. They must eat. Gather the necessary resources and build a cooking fire. It will allow you to prepare meals for your followers.
Yes, Ratau, I shall. So you just go around and you harvest the resources that are in your base area, which is pretty, standard stuff. This is Animal Crossing 101 right here. Just take stuff, get items, build new things, or buy new items in that game specifically. It's thankfully not a total pain in the butt to get wood and things like that. It only takes a couple of chops if you're the lamb. The cultists and things, they will passively get these things, and they'll put them in the chest that's located up towards the beginning of the roguelike, the ancient area, I think it's called, something like that. That you could just come back and you walk near the chest and it'll just unload all the supplies that they had gotten for you. You'll notice at the top left there, the little worshipping man symbol is how many worshippers I've got. The gold is right next to that.
There will be more resources popping up as we continue to make items. So we're going to go ahead and grab the cooking fire right now. I need this to feed my villagers, cultists. If I say villagers, forgive me, because it's so reminiscent of Animal Crossing to me that sometimes I get mixed up in between the games. So I'm going to put my cooking fire right here, right next to me, nice and easy. The cultists will go ahead and try to build that for you right away, but if you help them, obviously, it goes a ton faster, which is a nice touch. I'm happy that it doesn't take forever for you to help them out. This is just giving us an idea of what food does, so you have to feed them or else they can starve and die or get sick. It'll tell you that there are routes on the map that you can go to get there, and you can eventually plant to gain food just passively over time as you play. So then the hunger meter gets added to the top left, and I go ahead and grab some berries to feed my little mans here, Woldor. So we'll get him a little bowl going, cook that up. I didn't know this little mini game was going to pop up. See, it's things like this that are important in a roguelike, little interactive things like that. Now we must build a shrine, but first we need more followers, and for that we'll need gold, both of which can be found by crusading through the lands of the Old Faith. Our mutual benefactor, the one who waits, has been trapped by the 4 bishops of the Old Faith. Each of them guard a chain that binds him to his realm. We have been conjured opening to their realms. It is your task to track them down and slay them that he may be freed. Now go. There you shall find gold and willing recruits, and for those who are not willing, convert them by force. Rintao's a bad man. That's a bad man. But he's so cute. Like chibi with the eye cut out. It's adorable. I don't know, man. It's getting me. This game gets me in the aesthetic. Here was the happiest moment of this whole thing. I was like gushing when I heard this. I was like, interact. And you can pet the dog. This is so important, guys. If you have a dog in your game, they must be pettable, or else you are doing something wrong. So of course I make him a good boy, and we'll get him back to doing what he does best. Just checking out my options here. You can make them sleep, you can make them eat just in case they're not taking care of themselves, I guess. I don't know how that works. Here's the chest I was talking about earlier, that you can grab the stuff that they're going to deposit as we are out on our run. So let's get out in the main world and see what's going on. Kind of akin to Super Mario 64, you have to have a certain amount of worshippers and things to open doors. They'll pop up and open that for you. Look at this beautiful design. Look at this. This art style. Insane. It's so reminiscent of Don't Starve. Gives me a big Don't Starve vibe with like maybe a little Enter the Gungeon influence in there. Little bit. Here godly blood was spilled. Here did death no longer wish for something. I read that too slowly. Anyway, but we're going to go into, I think it's the Darkwoods. I was chasing some spiders there. I was wondering if I could smush them or step on them. I love spiders in real life. I really do. But in games, I know if you step on them and things, sometimes you'll get random buffs or items or whatever. So this is what it's going to look like when you start a run. It'll show you how much heart you have, which you can get passively over time by upgrading your camp. We're going to have the Crusader Sword because it's all I have unlocked. You'll get more of them by having more followers, I believe. You have to like get them to pray with you at the church, I think. Entering the lands of the Bishop Leshy, those who do not follow the ways of the Old Faith will be destroyed. So now that it's on harder mode, you'll notice I'm 3-shotting these guys where I was 2-shotting them before. I'm guessing on very hard it's probably a 4-shot, so you have to be even more aware. You have to be able to dodge and stuff. I'm getting grass as well now because we are actually in the game. I still don't know what grass does. I didn't get that far enough in to find out. And then here's another mechanic we're gaining.
Praise the Lamb, conduit to great power, promised liberator of the one that waits below. So the card showed me once many lifetimes ago, or has that yet to be? I have always drawn your cards, Lamb, and yet this is the first. Take these cards and I will draw another. Each time we meet, when drawn by me, they will grant you power.
Thanks, bud. So this one's just going to give me the Lovers or the Shield of Faith. I either negate some damage at a chance, or I get 1 full health heart. I am a lover in nature, so I'm going to go ahead and get myself that.
Your deck decides your fate, and you may find more upon your crusades, and I will draw them from them. Look upon it now.
Listen to this. Yes. Sound design, everybody. Oh, okay. It's so good. It's like Vampire Survivors.
All is as it should be, as it ever was, as it will always be.
Thanks, Clauneck. And then this is just a index of all of the cards that you have. Those little sound design pops and whistles and things are like Vampire Survivors. What makes the game exciting? It's like a gambling machine makes all of those ding, 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 ding when you know, tick, 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 tick. It's important to have this kind of stuff in a game like this because it keeps you engaged in times where it's kind of a lull, right? You want to hear the sound of that treasure chest popping open. You want to feel that little clink, clink, clink in your soul when you pick up some coins, you know? The meatiness, like every hit has a tiny little amount of screen shake, and there's a pretty solid clunk when you hit the enemy, and you could see them flash a different color. It is so good in this game. It feels so meaty to attack enemies. It feels nice that when you end up getting hit, you can also feel that impact. It gives you like that Isaac, you know, that little knockback, and you get the vibe that you've actually taken some damage. Really, really important. That's one thing about Vampire Survivors I personally didn't like that much. The hit feedback was okay. It just wasn't my favorite ever. So we've cleared the level. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves another tarot card. The telescope is going to come out of this chest, giving me full access to the maps going forward in this level. So I'll be able to see full map clears. These are all the options you get to choose. I have a harvester on the right. I don't know what the middle is, maybe a shop. But I'm going to go ahead and go to the left because I need more followers in order to progress the game further.
The worm, it is hungry, it feeds, it partakes of our flesh, but that is the price of safety. For that we gladly give it all we have.
Can't stand Leshy. Leshy is the boss of this level, and he's just a complete coward. Great interaction of tutorializing, by the way, right there. I love that they stopped the enemy and gave you, like, you have to push B to dodge, and it shows you what that's going to look like, so you don't have to guess or wonder where am I doing this wrong. No, now you know right off the bat. That's what you should be looking for. That's what you need to be doing in that time. So we're going to save our little bunny friend. Oh, so cute. Look at them. They're adorable. It's just like, to make this dark, cynical, evil, cultist type of game in such a wonderfully beautiful little chibi Tim Burton fashion, just like Don't Starve, it was a huge part of why Don't Starve did so well, in my opinion. It was so cutesy while also giving you that creepy, dystopian type of vibe. So I wasn't going to kill the squirrel earlier because I felt bad, but then I realized that I probably need to feed my guys. So thankfully they do drop morsels of meat, so I'm going to be hunting little bunny rabbits going forward. Don't judge me, okay? I'm running a cult. If that's what you're judging me for, then you're probably judging me for the wrong reasons. Get some more muns, yum yum yum, eat that up. And collecting tons of grass for whatever we're going to use grass for. Evil bats, here's a new introduction to another enemy. It's pretty good. I think we've seen 4 different types of enemies so far in the first world, which is a decent amount of variety. I'm pretty happy with that. Hoping that there's more, but we shall see.
How can this be? You were put to the blade, lamb, as all of your kind were, and yet here you stand before me, unrepentant. The crown, his power, could it be? But I am stronger still. Turn tail and run, little lamb.
Love it. I love that they introduced the boss to you before you actually face him.
Are we all but players in this game of chance?
This guy, man. It's going to give me a choice between attack faster or hit harder, and I want to hit harder. I like to attack fast, but only with like weapons that are going to make me be able to attack fast. The sword is kind of the mid-range, not super chunks, but definitely still very chunks type of weapon. So I'm going to stick with the power up for now. Clear out a bunch of these little cultists. Look at the background and things, by the way. It's so beautiful looking. I love it. It's just so like dark and dingy while also still keeping that cozy kind of vibe. I'm gonna get an upgraded sword here, which is nice, nice, nice. I don't know what prompts you to get upgraded weapons, but I'll get another one later.
You have come far enough, little lamb. My followers are willing to do anything for me. Can you say the same of yours? I give myself to the cause, O mighty leader. By the blood of the great ones, destroy the Red Crown.
Cue the Legend of Zelda music right there, mini boss music. So this is one of the named mini bosses, Amdusias. I'll say that probably really horribly. Cool little way to get a mini boss to summon, that they have like a sacrificed cultist, and when you kill the monster, it summons a follower for you. I was very surprised. It's all of these things that this game does to surprise you little by little and bring you into the world. It's really, I don't know, it blows me away. So I'm gonna get a choice between 3 different things here. I got a couple stones, some logs, or a blueprint. I'm gonna go with the blueprint because those things I can get back at my base, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm worried about unlocking progression and moving forward because I'm just as excited to build up my Animal Crossing base as well as I am to, you know, continue the roguelike and get more weapons and things like that. So this is why I hate Leshy. This dude popped up, said to me that I'm like horrible and like he can't beat me or whatever, like I'll lose to him, and then he's behind a locked door like a gosh dang teenager like mad at his parents. What are you doing, man? Come on, don't talk crap to me and then hide yourself in the bathroom. Like, get out of here. So anyway, just enjoying the sound design once again. We're gonna go back to our cults. I have cleansed the non-believers. Got all kinds of money, picked up some grass, a little bit of meat, and 7 minutes and 30 seconds. That was non-stop playing. That's not bad at all. That is a very reasonable amount of time to play a game. So I'm happy with that very much. I see myself playing this more and more.
I'm relieved to see you made it safely, and you have not returned alone. You have convinced more to join our flock. Let us indoctrinate this new convert so that we may continue.
Sure, Ratal, let me do that.
Converting to your cult, I'll help you teach you faithfully.
Little bunny man. We're gonna name this one. I don't actually remember. What did I name this one? Let me see. Fluffums? Yeah, that sounds right. Fluffum's gonna join us, and he's gotta be yellow. Gotta be yellow. If you're in my cult, you gotta be yellow. It's just how it works. I forgot about the variants in this one, I think. I forget that the variants can actually like change the way they look, so I skipped over it a couple times, and that's my bad, But it's all good. Let's get our bunny man into the cult, have him all happy, join us up. Why don't you get on some stone, because I have the other brother on some trees. And let's go talk to Ratal.
Followers will either work or worship. Worshipping followers generate devotion for you to collect. But to collect devotion, you require a shrine.
So let's grab this guy too. This was the mini boss that I killed. I guess it names it after the cultist that it was sacrificed to become, which is pretty cool. I think this guy's a buffalo. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this guy's a buffalo. So I'm going to name him Beefalo in honor of Don't Starve. And you know the drill. You know what happens next. These are some of the things that they get passively. Like this guy's going to get more devotion for me, and he can be pet. So he'd be a great one to have on the shrine when I get that up and going. We'll have him chop up some trees because I'm noticing that I need a lot of tree resources and less stone. So it's all good. 30 coins is more than enough. We'll place our shrine and get ourselves going. Build that up. And that'll lead us to the next piece of progression going forward.
Praise be, your followers can now worship you. Here is a new follower. Assign them to worship at the shrine. Then collect the devotion your followers generate at the shrine to unlock divine inspiration.
We got Kitty Cat, and he's already yellow, so it's like he knows the drill. This guy was like, yo, what's up? Ratal was like, you're gonna be perfect. Get up in here, bro. They can name this one Mr. something or other. Mr. Cuttlebum, I think. Mr. Cuttlekins or something. Mr. Cuddlebuns. Yep, that sounds right. I freaking love that I can name them whatever I want. I see a lot of people naming their family members and their friends as part of their cult. That's, you know, wonderful. Reminds me of, anyone remember NFL Street? Anyone remember that game? It was a game on GameCube where it was kind of like NBA Jam, where it was like a really goofy football game, and you could name your friends to be part of your team, and I would like name my buddies to be like my linebacker, and I was the quarterback, and they'd catch things in crazy ways and have like buffs and power-ups and things like that. It was really fun. Anywho's, that's such a nice little touch to a game like this. Keeps it fresh, keeps you wanting to play it. You want to get your next cultist so that you could be like, this one's my mom, or like, this one's my brother. So here we go. We have the divine inspirations he was just talking about. We're gonna go ahead and unlock the temple. I'm just gonna do this a couple times. I think the younger generation calls this edging. Don't look that up. Please don't look that up. And this is what we do. We get ourselves some upgrades. This is going to give us the temple, which we can come over here and build. I might just cut this part out because I'm just going to go ahead and farm up the materials that I need real quick. Alright, and we're back. We got ourselves our temple ready to go after collecting a little bit of stone. It's really not that much time. I think when I looked back on it, it was like 2 minutes, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to get everything I needed. They really don't make you farm too dang much, which is nice. It's pretty simplistic in this game, and everything goes fast as long as the lamb is helping. The cultists take a pretty long time to get things done, but you can spend that time out in the world actually running the roguelike, you know what I mean? So,
The temple is now the center of your cult. From there you will preach sermons to grow stronger and perform rituals to mold the fragile minds of your followers. You are responsible for maintaining the faith of your cult. If it falls too low, your followers will dissent against you and eventually leave. Your followers are ready to hear your word. Show them that you are their great leader. Preach a sermon from within your temple.
So this is the meta progression type of tactic, sort of system that they give you. Here is where you'll be able to get the items in the game. Like I think you unlock weapons and things later on from here. But for right now, let's host ourselves a sermon. And I apologize if you guys hear any cooing in the background. I don't have pet pigeons. I happen to have a 3-month-old, and she's here with me right now, just hanging out. This was after I just did this recording. She kind of woke up. So yeah, you unlock abilities, weapons, and curses from the sermon, which is just fantastic. And you get the devotion that you need for that from the people that are worshiping in that center square, your little statue in the middle. I think the shrine is what it's called. So in this one, we're going to have to get the Hearts of the Faithful, permanently gain a half heart, which is fantastic. This is the kind of stuff I love. These little getting better and better and better, making me work towards a goal, makes me feel good. I like this kind of stuff. Maybe not everyone does, but this is what drew me to Vampire Survivors as well, is getting those little passive buffs that help. Now, I know it can be a little boring to be doing like the same thing over and over, but
You are amazing to behold, a natural leader. I see why you were chosen. If you are to guide your cult, you will need to declare doctrines so that they might obey you. Return to the lands of the old faith and seek out Commandment stone fragments. With these, you will be able to declare new doctrines.
And so that's what I will do, Ratau. Yes, sir. I will go get some more of that goodness. The Commandments. Didn't I think the Mormons had like a thing like that, right? Where they had like golden tablets fall from the sky or something. That's kind of what we're doing here a little bit. So, you know, taking our inspiration from the Mormon faith. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that's how that worked. Alright, so we're going back to the Darkwood, and we get the cleaver. It's so clever, this cleaver. And it's just one big, swingy, axey. It's a hard hitter. I like this one, but I prefer, again, to be like the small, quick attacks. So I don't know if I like the sword better or this, but I'm kind of leaning at the sword. However, it definitely does have a chunkier hit to it. This literally scared me. That screaming statue thing scared the heck out of me. I was like, what the heck? And then it just like hovered up there for a while. It reminded me of the first time we ran into, you guys remember the little hands in Binding of Isaac, the mom's hands, or like the ones from Legend of Zelda and Ocarina of Time, where they would like follow you for a little bit and then drop down on your head? It scared the crap out of me, dude. I hate that. I don't know why. It's something about the anticipation that bothers me. Like my heart can't take it. So let's get some more money. We're gonna keep on getting that money, keep on getting that grass for whatever I'm gonna use it for at some point. Another enemy variant here. It is just another worm, but it jumps around and does different habits, you know. So here's our boy.
So you foolishly persist, little lamb. I hear your lies and I smell your fear. The red crown rises again, but what an unworthy bearer it has.
This guy, man. Talking crap again. I'm getting tired of him. Seriously getting tired of him. Can't wait to smack that guy. I'm gonna smack him so hard. I wish the axe one-shot those bats. I feel like it should, but it doesn't. It's like just short of killing them. So, you know. The axe was not necessarily a disappointment, but it definitely could use a little bit heavier to hit. I would be fine if it was even a little slower, but did just that little bit more damage, because it makes sense. Like, an axe should cleave a bat in half.
I can feel fate's hand on the cards this night.
So we're going to go ahead and get either the Gifts from Below, which is a 10% chance of gaining a soul heart when killing an enemy, which is like a temporary heart, or gain an extra half heart. I like the 10% chance. I think that over time will give me more hearts than the half heart would matter, you know?
I am glad I found you. I bring good news. The one who waits is pleased with your progress and wishes to grant you a crown ability.
Ooh. Give me some of that demon energy, please, Ratel. Thank you. So this one gives you a ranged attack to be used, and it kind of recharges over time by killing enemies, essentially kind of like harvesting their souls. So, cool.
Enemies you slay will now drop fervor. Collect this to replenish your curses.
So yeah, fervor, that's what I was saying. It's basically as you kill enemies, it charges up that little meter on the top left. Is like that red orb that fills up. As you collect it, you'll eventually get one charge back of your ability. So cool, it's a nice little, variance of what you can do in the game. Gives you an option of ranged, which is nice. I wasn't sure if they were going to have bows as weapons or what, but maybe they will. But you'll see here, these little red orbs that are coming up to me, those are what I'm basically getting to get my shots back. So let's grab ourselves another car. This will be the Master of Arts, giving me more damage again. We saw that one in the last run. And here's a more extensive map. I'm guessing it's going to get more and more complex as you go through the levels, but for right now, we're only at Leshy, so... Let's go over here, let's grab a cultist, and this guy's a freaking psychopath. Yeah, I guess he murdered everyone or something, but I'm like, hey bud.
They're all dead. Oh Lord, how could I again? Did you see it in me? The darkness in my soul?
I absolve you, join me. Oh, thank you, Master. I feel like that guy's gonna go back to my base and just kill all of my good doggos and stuff, but... such is the risk of joining a cult. You know what I mean? Don't be a happy little woodland animal and join a cult. That's the lesson that's to be learned here, So let's hop on over to the boss room here and see what's going on. Oh, hey, Leshy. Just wanted to freaking smash this statue and little teenager hiding in the freaking bathroom talking crap to me on the internet. How dare you? How dare you? Like the Gen X thing that's going on right now, where they're like, all these kids. Alright, and then we got this guy.
Eons ago, these lands were rife with gods and their adherents. What befell this pantheon? Alas, 'tis the nature of beasts to forget and of gods to be forgotten. Mayhaps they left, mayhaps they slept, mayhaps they devoured and were devoured in turn. Those few who remained spread roots, spun webs, molded this world to their favor. 'Twere a land of many gods, once hundreds, now caca.
See you later, dude. So these are the things that we were talking about in the church earlier. These are the Commandment stones. It gives me a freebie of 3 pieces right now, which is it's a commandment. If you guys don't know what a commandment is by faith speaking, it's essentially a doctrine that people have to follow, like thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not sleep with their neighbor. That kind of thing. So you use that and it'll set a rule for your base, which means passively you'll get different stuff or, get different buffs. It's a freaking screaming statue. This thwomp from hell. I cannot stand that thing. It freaking terrifies the heck out of me. I hate that its mouth is ripped off and it just has flesh where its lips were. It's awful. It's freaking awful. Great design though. I love it. I didn't think anything in this game was actually going to creep me out, but that one does just a little bit. Just a little haunting of nightmares. So here, I don't know why these enemies glow red sometimes. Sometimes they glow different colors, and I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe that's what's trying to tell me that I'm going to get an upgraded weapon. Just like, what is it? Dead Cells. You can sell the items that you've dropped, so that axe is actually worth a little bit of money.
Tell me, lamb, do you believe destiny immutable?
So here I can either receive double the healing or my curses consume less of my fervor. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick the fervor one here because I want to have more options in combat. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to fight Leshy now or not, so I'm like, I may as well be ready for that. And I'm not too worried about having health, just don't get hit and you'll be fine. So here we have Valefar. Presumably another cultist that was basically transformed. This one is, instead of the dashy worm on the ground, a jumpy worm. And just another testament to how lovely this game is. It continues to mix up and throw different enemy types at you to keep you on your toes. In roguelikes, it is so important that you are always being
reminded that, oh, you need to use this shooty ability, or oh, you need to be dodge rolling, or this one can only take 2 of your combo attack. You don't want to get caught in loops and repetition. That's going to end up getting you killed. So props on them for keeping me on my toes with this one. So let's convert this buffalo man with the demonic symbol on his head. Seems perfect to join the other crazy guy. So there's some gold nuggets here, some berries, or some logs. Since berries and logs are at the base, we're going to go ahead and get these gold nuggies. And I guess I got a commandment stone from that chest. Fantastic. So we'll continue on, and wouldn't you know it, Leshy still needs me to do one more thing because he's afraid. And he didn't talk crap this time, I guess. I guess that's something. But he's like a 4chan user, you know what I mean? Like a Chronicle Reddit user. Just gotta like sit there and talk crap, but can't like stand up for himself. Someone out there just felt like I took a shot on them, and if so, I apologize.
Very good, my vessel. It seems I chose well when I kept you from death. I will be watching your every move. Do not disappoint me.
Thanks, Dad. Thank you. Thanks for the cool hat. My dad gave me a hat the other day. I don't know if anyone cares. Probably not, but, you know, kind of reminiscent. It's also black. So maybe my dad is the one who waits. So we'll get back to the base here. I'm going to get my new indoctrinated followers, and we are going to be looking at wrapping this thing up. Let's go ahead and name this little horn man. I'm going to name him Horn Lord, because creativity says that that's what I should name him. So I finally remembered, because I changed his color and I was like, oh yeah, they have variants, huh? Because I was like seeing if I could get like an extra demonic looking Horn Lord, and I was like, I guess I can't. So we'll just take the marking on his head and send this guy back. That's the psychopath one, by the way, that murdered this cultist. Like, I'm worried that he's going to actually kill someone when I'm away on a mission. So we'll get this man going on doing some worshiping for me, and then we will take my new guy. This was the boss. Sorry. Yeah, this was the boss, Valefar. So I'm going to go ahead and make this guy into another deer. And it's going to be the baby horn one. So I'm going to name it something like Hornis. Perfect. That almost went really badly. And we'll put the baby horns on this one. Which I think signifies, and I don't know this, but I think longer horns mean that that's a male, and then shorter horns mean that it's a doe. Is that correct? So I think I made like a male-female thing going on. So look at me, equality, man, equality. Any gender, age, you can join in my cult. You know what I mean? All are welcome here. They poop on the ground, evidently, and this makes them sick if you leave it and you don't clean it up. And apparently, they need to rest in bed so they can die when they get sick. They vomit on the ground and their corpses fall on the ground. Really dark stuff for such a gorgeous little cute chibi game. I absolutely love that. I love when games subvert my expectations in ways that aren't annoying like this. So, very cool. I'm going to go ahead and go into my church. I remember that I had the indoctrination thing, what was it called? The Commandment Stone, I think it was. And I'm going to go ahead and use that while I'm here. So let's get everybody in here. Let's get some faith and see what the meta progression is looking like right now. So we've got quite a little group of people now, 7 of them. So it was Curse of the Horde or Bane Weapons. I think Bane Weapons gave a poison effect, and then new curses were added with the other one. I don't know what curses do, so I go ahead and do the Bane Weapon because it just makes the most sense to pick something that passively works and I know what it is, you know what I mean? Ultimately, I'm just trying to move up this skill tree anyway and see what's going on. So now we need 11 faith, so we're getting more and more difficult to get what we need. And we'll go ahead and check our crown and upgrade our meta progression, basically. So that one that unlocked at the bottom is the goat. That's I could play as the co-op character. So the difference between the lamb and the goat is the lamb is like the pure good guy kind of character, and then the goat's more of like the evil satanic kind of character. So here's the one that I got Dance Around the Flame to increase the cult's faith. This is the thing that keeps them from betraying me, or like, you know what I mean, rising up against me in mutiny. And I will unlock these as I go, but you need specific items for them. For this one, I was very confused because I saw bones everywhere, but when I was breaking skeletons, I wasn't getting items. That's why you'll notice that when I was playing, I wasn't breaking any skeletons because I wasn't getting anything from them. This introduced that from happening. So you can basically kill your enemies, break their bones, take them, and now I can use them for these rituals. So, freaking lovely.
Preaching sermons, performing rituals, and providing for the needs of your followers will keep their faith high. The bones of your enemies are required to perform such rituals. Destroy their skeletons to gather their bones. Return to the lands of the old faith, gather bones from fallen enemies, recruit more followers, and return to perform a ritual here in the temple.
So this is just giving me an overview of what those rituals are. I will definitely be collecting those bones going forward. I've seen like very few bits about this game, but I know there's like one of these commandments essentially where you can have a fight club where you pick 2 of your followers to fight to the death. And yeah, I love player agency, so it's just cool to see this game do weird things like that. It's pretty awesome. So these guys are fighting. I was like, are they gonna fight each other? No, they ended up like kissing and making up, and then they go worship together. Aw, so pure. But that is Cultist of the Lamb, my guys and girls. I hope you guys enjoyed this game very much. I definitely see myself playing this more. I'll probably be posting more on the channel of this game as I continue through it. I don't think it'll be as in-depth as Dead Cells was. Because I basically only play that game and progress on my channel. But this game I might play a little bit on my own, so we'll see. Anyway, I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves out there, and join a cult. Bye-bye.